Vani, you're going to record?
Recording is started, Champa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining for this tech team training from delivery team. So today we have a topic where the length and breadth is huge and quite challenging to complete within this given time. So Soumya has chosen one of the best topics in IT market, that's artificial intelligence, which will be creating a big impact across the industry. So also a big thanks to Shashank to have done a creative deck and helping us every time. So Soumya would discuss on topics like the AI courses, companies using AI, recruitment, and what's human versus AI. Couple of more topics. I think you can start it off, Soumya. Over to you. I'll share the screen in a second. 1 second.
Sure. Thanks, Champa. Hi, all. Good morning. I think you're all able to hear me. Hope you're all doing good and safe. Okay. Let's start off today on the topic artificial intelligence. I'll be taking you all through the latest and emerging technology in the industry today, that is artificial intelligence, which is also called as AI. Okay, I request you all to stay tuned for the next 1 hour with me to know more about artificial intelligence and also share your thoughts. Okay, so next slide, Champa. Okay, here comes what is artificial intelligence. As I have mentioned, it's nothing but an area of computer science which mainly deals with the creation of intelligence in machines. Okay, guys, you can have a look at the definitions what I have given in the slides. Okay, but don't worry, don't go by the lengthy definitions. I'll explain it in short and make you understand what is artificial intelligence. It is nothing but a machine intelligence. Okay, so could you really believe this, that a machine can have intelligence? Yes, we have to believe, and that is nothing but artificial intelligence is. Okay, a machine can demonstrate the intelligence, okay, just like a human can. Okay, and that is really called as artificial intelligence. In other words, I can say a machine will start mimicking a human, and that we call as artificial intelligence. So how is it all done basically? So the human being has created so many algorithms and historical data to create this and accomplish this, and that is called as propensity model. So we follow certain protocols, okay, wherein a lot of algorithms are involved to accomplish all this. So basically this we call as artificial intelligence. Let's see in depth what it is, okay, where we use this and what are the uses of this, and all this I'll discuss in the further slides. Done. So AI versus HI. HI is human intelligence and AI is artificial intelligence. Okay, so now I can say there's not much difference between AI and HI, because almost the human intelligence what we have today can be seen in any artificial intelligence device. Okay, so that is nothing but AI. It's also called as machine intelligence. We can also call it as MI. Okay, and this is very interesting, guys. You can just see that I have mentioned as AI is the new electricity. So you might all be wondering, I know you will be all be wondering, okay, why AI is compared to electricity? Fine, I'll tell you why. See, just like electricity transformed everything 100 or 200 years ago in our lives, artificial intelligence is playing the same role of electricity now. Okay, it is transforming many industries. You can just compare how electricity played a major role in transforming sectors like medical industry, manufacturing industry, agriculture, transportation, education, and many more. Likewise, AI is also taking equal important role and changing our lives. That's the reason Andrew has compared AI with new electricity. Okay. So guys, I think you can see this slide where I have mentioned a few of the activities. So speech recognition, learning, planning, problem solving, reasoning. it's very simple. It's self-explanatory basically. I have mentioned these activities because it is as same as the activities what a human being can do. Don't you think so? We can do the speech recognition, learning, planning, reasoning. We start reasoning based on the circumstances. Likewise, AI devices can also do reasoning on its own. Done. So I guess now you have a vague idea of what is artificial intelligence, right, guys? So let's move on to understand, okay, more types of artificial intelligence. So basically, I have categorized artificial intelligence into three parts. That is ANI, AGI, and ASI. ANI is nothing but narrow intelligence. AGI is general intelligence and super intelligence. So as the name refers to, ANI is narrow intelligence which is designed to solve a single and a particular problem. It's the first stage of artificial intelligence, I can say. It's the simplest way of artificial intelligence. Okay, so the example for this could be a Siri or Alexa, which performs a specific task. The next comes AGI. Okay, it is almost equivalent to a human being, which is more smarter than a human being, in fact, which is most usually used in English movies where you saw a lot of animations, creations of robots and all those things. Okay, there comes AGI. And the next is ASI, which is really used in macro calculations, automations, in medical industry, in terrorism, and in industries like architecture, where it can be even more smarter and faster than a human being. Okay, so these are the ways AI has been categorized as. So the definitions I have just given for your information. Have a look at it, please. But as I told you, please don't get confused by the longer definitions. I can let you know in a simpler way. I'll be sharing the slides to you later for your reference. You can just have a look at it. Till now, I think, guys, you have understood what is AI and what are the types of AI. Can we proceed with this, or do you have anything to ask? Okay, done. Let's proceed. So, fine. We now know that AI is used big time in our lives, but how is it really accomplished? How is it implemented? So, AI is implemented using NLP, ML, and the deep learning. I'll tell you what is NLP. NLP is nothing but neuro-linguistic programming, or it's also called as natural language programming. It basically recognizes the speech or voice and gives the relevant answers. It's the simplest way, I can say. As I already told you, okay, the example for this, it could be Siri or Amazon's Alexa, all this. Okay, so it basically deals with the interaction between computers and the human beings using the natural language. It is as simple as that. Okay, it can recognize your voice, it can recognize what you're trying to say, and it can give you the most relevant answers for you. That is NLP. Okay, so the examples, guys, as I already told you, it's Siri and Alexa. The basic examples you can relate to. Then ML. I'll come to ML. Champa, next slide, please. Done. See, here it is very clear. Okay, so we can see that ML is a subset of AI and DL is a subset of ML. So you can understand in a very, very easy manner. So as I told you, ML is nothing but an application in AI which can, enhance and improve based on the existing data. Okay, I will just tell you a simple example. You'll understand much better what is ML. For example, okay, I'll tell the machine, I'll give the basic set of information to the machine saying, okay, Gandhi Bazaar is crowded today. Baswangudi has less traffic and Kormangla is totally crowded. We cannot step into Kormangla. So this is the basic information I have given about traffic. Then what will ML do? So this application, okay, based on the existing data, okay, it will start making predictions and it will give the commuters traffic predictions. Okay, please, you can avoid Kormangla because it's extremely crowded. You can avoid accidents and you can take a different route and you can, altogether avoid going through this area and take up a different area or something like that. Okay, so with the existing data, it will start making predictions. Okay, so that is nothing but machine learning. So that is accomplished by machine learning, I can say. So I'll give you one more example for this. Medical industry, the manufacturing robots, advisors, spam filters, and many more. You can just have a look. The next slide, Champa. Thanks. I guess someone has put you on mute. Okay, thanks for that. Shall we continue? Okay, fine. So here are some examples of AI on daily basis. I'm sure, guys, okay, once you see this, okay, you will definitely think, oh, is it okay? You're using this on daily basis, but we were not aware of this. Okay, so we are using, yes, we are using AI on daily basis, and I'll give you certain examples of how. Search engines like Google uses AI. Okay, so example is, okay, once you start typing something in the search box of Google, okay, it automatically starts prompting and recommending the similar searches for you. Okay, so is this the one you're looking out for? It starts making certain corrections also in your search. For example, if you have done some spelling mistakes or anything in the search, it will do some corrections and give it for you. Okay, so it auto recommends, I can say. That is done using AI. And next is the automated marketing emails. Emails, guys, okay, you must have noticed, okay, when I start typing certain emails are tailor-made for us. So it will be ready-made. Okay, so if I'm going out of office, you will already have a ready-made format. It will recommend you can use this format. So I'm not available in office. I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back later. I'll catch you up later. You already have some customized mail for you, which is relevant to your purpose. You can use that. So who is doing this behind the screen? It is nothing but our AI. It is easing our work and it's aiding us in our daily basis. And there are various types of online ads. I already gave an example for this. You buy some product online, it will start giving you recommendations for similar products, right? So these all based on AI. And the chatbots, what we are using today, and all these things. Yeah, and the voice searches, the smart speakers, and the smartphones, all these things we are using AI on daily basis. So is this clear, guys? Still here? Done. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so it is just a list of AI solutions that we are using today. You can have a look at it, guys. Siri, Cortana, Cogito, Netflix, drones, the self-driving cars, maps, Google Maps, mobile check deposits. Okay. Guys, please stop me, or you can ping me if you have anything or if you have any doubts. Okay, I would like to explain it again. Shall we go ahead?
Yes, please, Soumya.
Yes, thank you, Praveen. Done. Coming to AI in social networking. So social networking, we're all big fans of social networking nowadays. There's no doubt in that. So Facebook, everyone, starting from kids till old people use Facebook. That's by default. And Pinterest for shopping, Instagram, and Snapchat. All these, and there are many others. I've just listed few. All these sites are definitely working on AI. Okay, so when you upload some photos in Facebook, it automatically recommends you. Okay, do you know this friend? People whom you know. You want to you want to tag your friend. You can do so. All these things. So who is suggesting? Who is recommending? It's nothing but AI. And Pinterest. When coming to Pinterest, you select some object, okay, or pins. Okay, it will start recommending. Okay, this is the one you're looking out for. Please go for it. Something like that. And Instagram also. All these what do you call emojis, what we use, smileys and all these things, it's all designed based on artificial intelligence end of it. So we are using it big time, I can say, rather than our text chat. Okay, the emojis are used big time. Then the Snapchat and TikTok, if I'm not wrong. So most of them are, inclined to use these websites a lot. So they all use facial filters. They can add more of animations and digital effects. They can adjust the faces. In fact, they can change our faces altogether, right? So that is all done by AI. I repeat once again, guys, okay, if you are not able to follow anything or you have any doubts or any queries, please stop me. Done. Let's continue. See, the next is I would like to, so you can just keep thinking for yourselves, will AI outperform humans? So what might be your answer? Yes or no for this? The actual answer is yes, it can outperform humans certain ways. Okay, so it has been outperforming, and the end of it, okay, it's humans who have designed AI. Okay, so we have designed in such a way that, okay, it is outperforming us, right? So the example for this, I can give you the self-driving cars is the best instance for this. Okay, so you design something and you give a destination to it. Okay, it will take you to that destination without any human interference. Okay, don't you think AI is outperforming a human? Yes, it is very much, right? And coming to terrorism, in in war fields and all, okay, you have to just design it and you have to draw a program for it and leave it. That's all. It will do its task, right? So in that way, yes, it is outperforming the humans, right? Next slide, Champa. Done. AI versus robotics. See, this question, okay, was actually lingering in my mind also, okay, before I started preparing these slides. I was just wondering, okay, what is the difference between robots, okay, which was present long before itself than AI? So how does it make a difference, right? So when I just, browsed and happened to go through the details of it, I also realized that robotics is completely different from AI. So I would let you know how it is. See, robots are only designed and programmed machines that will interact based on the sensors. That's all. It is a programmed machine. It cannot make any decision and reasoning on its own. No, it is only a dummy machine for you. That's all. The only reason why we are still using robots is to simplify our lifestyle and increase the productivity. That's all. I can only say it will be speed enhancers for us. That's all. But AI is all about humanizing. As I told you, it will mimic you. It will share your intelligence. It will start making decisions on its own. It solves problems for you. It reasons for you. It does what not. That's the reason it's called as artificial intelligence. Got it? So this is the major difference between AI and a robot. A human and a toy, I can say. So here in this context, we can compare a robot with a toy. That's all. It's a programmed toy. Got it, guys? Done. So having understood all this, okay, so what is artificial intelligence and how is it accomplished? Why do we use it? How do we use it? Where do we use it? All this, there are certain dangers also in it. Anything for that matter, any technology or any luxury we are directly or indirectly depending on, we are certain to face the dangers also, and we should be ready to take the disadvantages also. There's no doubt in that. So likewise, AI is also creating certain dangers like loss of human jobs, the artificial intelligence terrorism, See, terrorism, big time danger it is. The reason is, okay, designed a weapon and given in some wrong person's hand, it can cause losses of lives altogether, right? And the weapons, what has been created using artificial intelligence, okay, so that is also devastating. Yes, as I told you, okay, you take advantages, you should be ready to face disadvantages also. So the same thing I have mentioned here. Next slide, please. Done. Now, let's come to the most relevant part, which is, related to our recruitment and the artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's the top languages that I have mentioned, what has been used in the AI projects. Okay, it is R, Lisp, Prolog, Java, and Python. Guys, it's very, very important. We can directly register this in our minds. Okay, so it is very important for us as recruiters, to categorize what all comes under AI and what are the languages that is used under AI. And among this, Python is the major one used in AI development. Okay, so you might have noticed when we are working for certain clients of ours, we have been using these languages. We have been working on this, and in fact, okay, certain languages like R and Lisp are little niche to get, but yes, okay, they're all used in AI development. So this is one thing I would like you to refer back. The same thing, I have just given a brief of what is Python and what is R language, what are the packages or the components that come under R, that come under Lisp, Prolog. And if at all something is used, why is it used specifically? That also we should understand. For example, Prolog, it's widely used on medical projects than any other domain. Okay, then Java. Java is a good choice for all the projects and AI development. There's no doubt on it. And Python is the first place because of its simplicity. Okay. Next slide, Champa. Done. Now, I would like to take you all to understand what are the effects that is caused in recruitment due to AI. Okay. I know most of us, okay, will be worried. We are all worried, okay, thinking, okay, what next in recruitment because of AI? Will it cause any harm, or will we lose our jobs altogether? So we are all having this fear in our mind. So I can tell you how it is causing effects in recruitment industry. It can automate the sourcing and scheduling part. It can do the candidate matching. Going forward, guys, okay, I'm sure, okay, all these things will definitely come into picture, and okay, we will be sidelined to some extent. The reason is it can do automatic sourcing. You have to just give the JD parsed into a machine and it will do the relevant searches for you. It will do the candidate matching for you. It will help in diversity hiring. It will reduce the total time of hiring, in fact, and that is what everyone expects, right? And most of the tedious parts of recruitment, it will be reduced. And also, it can do the performance metrics. Guys, here I would like to say about our ATS, Talent Recruit, which we have been using quite from some time now, and we're all used to it. Okay, it's the first stage of artificial intelligence, which is helping us automate our work, and almost 30 to 40% of it is already reduced. Our work is already reduced, isn't it? So that's how AI is playing a major role in recruitment industry as well. So here is a list of top AI recruitment software. Okay, so there are many other available in the market, there's no doubt. I just made a note of the top ones. Fetcher, Hiretual, Eightfold, Seekout, Textio. Textio and Seekout are doing extremely good in the market. Paradox. The many other similar ones are available in the market. Have a look at it, and if you want to share anything, okay, which you know, please do. Next is, will AI replace recruiters? Now I told you, okay, what are the advantages of using AI in recruitment? So now I am sure, okay, a question started lingering in all our minds. Will AI start replacing recruiters? Is the answer yes or no? Can I hear anything from anyone on this slide, please? Anyone? No, Anand is saying no. Okay. Any justification, Anand? Anyone would like to share more thoughts on this? Please unmute and speak.
Okay, I've got a thought, Soumya. I feel,
Yes,
I don't think it's going to replace recruiters, but I think it's
Ravi.
going to help,
Mm,
recruiters to do a better job. So I would say that
correct.
AI is going to be an enabler than kind of seeing as a
Exactly.
threat for recruiters, especially.
Absolutely. You're right, Praveen. I'll give more justifications on this, guys. See, as Praveen told, okay, the answer is absolutely right. It will only enable us, it will help ease in our work, but it's not going to replace AI. I mean, it's not going to replace recruiters at all. It cannot. The reason I tell you, see, a mission end of it cannot give any human touch, right? It cannot build rapport with the candidates the way we do. It cannot have an emotional touch with the candidates. It cannot do a cultural fitment. And end of it, if anyone can, pop out this point, I'll be very happy to hear this. It cannot convince our candidates. If it could have done that, okay, I am sure all our challenges would have vanished by now. Our only challenge and biggest challenge is convincing the candidates from declining the offers, right? Yes, AI is not able to do it, all this. So it will not replace recruiters. It will only change the way we work. That's all. It will ease our work. That's all. So you need not worry about it. Done. Next slide, Champa. The future of work. See, there are basically 4 types of people, I can say: optimists, moderates, pessimists, and radical transformists. Optimists are the people, okay, who always will be open to accept whatever happens. And they say, okay, fine, some new technology has come. We are more happy to use this. And moderates are some people who say, okay, oh, something has come. It might destroy. Okay, let's wait and see what might happen. So those are moderates. Pessimists are like, oh, okay, fine, something has gone. It's going to destroy us. It's going to, our lives is going to end, and all those. Okay, so those are pessimists. And the radical transformists are the people who are already, who are ready to accept something and who are ready to adopt. Okay, fine, something has happened. There's no other go. We have to adopt. Okay, so these are the 4 types of people we usually see, right? Next slide, Champa. Fine. Next is the most important AI companies in the world, okay, who have been working on AI and who already has future plans for AI, what might come up next. They're already working on it and they're major players in the market. Few giants, I have made a note of it. Please have a look at it. Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, Intel, Nvidia, Qualcomm, Twitter. These are few of the biggies. I have made a note. There are several others also. Please have a look at it. Okay, I'll share this deck later for your reference. Shall we move on?
Yes, please. Let's move on, Soumya.
Champa, next slide, please. Hello?
Okay, let's give it 2 minutes. I think there should be
We'll just wait for 2 minutes.
yeah, I think there should be some connectivity problem with Champa.
Correct.
Give it 2 minutes.
So AI has not left a single industry, or it has not left a single sector. I can say it has been fighting day and night, working day and night to fight against the coronavirus. Okay, so these are some of the companies which are work related to healthcare domain and medical industry. They are, working big time to help us fight the coronavirus. It's DARPA, Diagen, Incelio Medicine, and Sri Bioscience and Benevolent, and all these things. In fact, okay, I just read an article, okay, which is related to Incelio Medicine. Okay, they are trying to work out on the vaccination also. Okay, so if that works out, okay, nothing like it. So thanks to these companies who are helping us in this current situation. Done. So knowing all these, okay, by now I'm sure, okay, I cannot complete AI or cannot cover AI entirely in 1 hour. It's a big ocean. What I have presented so far is only a gist of it, only understanding of it. Okay, so there are a lot more to come up, and if at all you have anything, okay, I request you all to share with me. And I'm sure knowing all these things, okay, most of us might be curious to learn AI courses now. So I have just made a note of AI courses which are popular in the industry now. You can just have a look at it. Again, there are several under this. Just made a note of the popular ones. Andrew Ng course by Andrew Ng is the latest and most popular one. Artificial intelligence, beginner's guide, introduction to artificial intelligence. And yeah, whoever in this team or group, okay, is having kids, okay, I just wanted to make a point here. Okay, even kids are having artificial intelligence courses nowadays. Okay, so like White Hat Junior, we have been getting messages almost on daily basis. White Hat Junior and Zebra Robotics. So all these things, okay, even for kids, it starts from the age of 6 to get introduced to artificial intelligence. So good to that. And I just want to make a point here. Even one of our clients, okay, when we had a client meet last time, okay, so it did mention that it's providing artificial intelligence courses, okay, to various industries, okay, right from the age of 18. So college students, I can say. So they are providing artificial intelligence courses. It's one of our major clients, in fact. Okay, so good to know about it. So now we come to a conclusion whether AI is constructive or destructive altogether. What do you feel? What do you feel? Do you feel it's constructive or do you feel it's destructive? No, it all depends on the way we use it and implement it in the right path or the wrong path. Anything might be, for that matter. It's not only AI, any technology for that matter, the way we use it and manage it in constructive or destructive way is all matters. So we have advantages and disadvantages. So guys, I think I have given you a basic understanding of AI so far. So any questions you have, please come up, or any thoughts, please let me know so that it will be a share with me as well.
Yeah, Soumya, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, Anand here.
Yes,
since
Anand.
you mentioned that artificial intelligence might replace humans, like which are the sectors which are likely to be impacted? Because what I've seen is that whenever we enter a new website to explore
Yes.
things, they have chatbots where they ask, "Oh, may I help you?" I guess this is artificial intelligence behind this. So,
Correct.
apart from customer support, which are the other professions or which are the other sectors where artificial intelligence can really be employed more to bring more productivity? And secondly, is that can artificial intelligence provide a consultative approach like we do?
Okay. I'll answer your question, Anand. Okay. See, the answer is, as I told you earlier, AI has, it's not that, okay, AI has not touched any sector. It has almost covered in all the sectors. Okay, it has been implemented in all the sectors. The majorly used one is the IT industry. The transportation, I gave you examples of how we are using in, Google Maps or traffic predictions and all those. The manufacturing industry, agriculture, and as I told you, war fields, we are using it in our war fields. Okay, there's no sector. And healthcare domain, I already mentioned it, that they're working on coronavirus also. Okay, so almost all sectors, okay, has been using artificial intelligence in one way or the other. Okay, might be, the intensity of usage might differ, but yes, almost all sectors have been using this. That's the reason I already told you, okay, it's compared to electricity, which will have a huge transformation in the near future. Hope I have answered, Anand. Okay. Anyone else has anything to ask or say? Okay, fine. I have few more pointers which I have not included in the slide. I'll just tell you orally about it. Okay, augmented reality. Okay, I hope everyone would have heard of this augmented reality, right? So augmented reality is also a part of artificial intelligence. Okay, so I can say it's a complementary technology of artificial intelligence. It's nothing but, why do we use augmented reality? It's only used for some computer images, okay, to view it, okay, according to the real world. Okay, we capture an image, okay, and view it according to the real world, and we make some animations, graphics, text effects, sound effects, and all those things. Okay, for that purpose we are using augmented reality. So that's also a part of artificial intelligence. So that also we are majorly using. Anyone else would like to add anything to this?
So I've got a question, Samya, maybe a
Yes, Praveen.
clarification, doubt
Yes,
I
Praveen.
would say.
Yes,
So,
please.
would it be, right to ask what is the difference between, AI and RPA? Because RPA also, like, process automation as well, right?
Yes,
Is that a
yes,
correct
yes.
question to ask,
Yes,
or am I
yes.
wrong?
You are right, Praveen. As I already mentioned it, okay, RPA is a part of AI. Okay, that is robotic process automation. Okay, is the creation of robots, okay, which comes under AI. Okay, so we are using robots and we are trying to humanize it. Okay, so that is the next step of using robots. Okay, so robotics is what we were using earlier, robotics, Praveen. Okay, so now we are taking it to the advanced version using the AI methodologies. Okay, so there comes RPA. So it all falls under AI itself. RPA is a part of AI.
Okay.
That's the reason we call it as robotic process automation.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Any other questions, anyone? It could be anything, any clarification, any doubt, what you have. Please feel free to ask, Soumya, any questions you have.
Yes, please. And also any thoughts, okay, anything you might have come across so far, okay, please share it.
No, I think it's definitely, according to me, what you explained more about, how AI is going to, impact us, and the clarity on will AI replace recruiters. I think that clarity, hope everyone's got it. It is not going to replace, but it's going to enable. It's going to make it easier. So that thought is, made very clear in my mind, at least. Not sure about others, but yeah, it's an enabler rather than eliminator.
True. See, finally, what I would like to say is, guys, okay, so whatever technology comes, okay, so we have to accept, we have to adopt, we have to change the way we work. That's all. So end of it, okay, see, it's we, the human beings who have created the technology, right? So definitely we have that controlling and managing power. All depends on how we use it.
Right.
Any doubts, guys?
Okay, I don't think anyone has any doubts about the sound of it, Soumya.
Okay, fine, Praveen. In
Right,
that
Champa,
case,
you
okay.
want to, get involved and you want to end this, Champa? Do you have any thoughts of yours? Champa?
Okay, maybe she's away, Praveen.
Okay.
No worries. Okay, so if that is the case, okay, let's.
Soumya, I'm so sorry, I was on mute.
No problem, Champa.
Everyone, Soumya had to go a lot of research and go through various sites,
Correct.
and then had to confirm a lot of things. And then is the reason what mentioned about AI, is it validate? She did that, and then she discussed in a lot of other groups, and that's how she came up with all these slides.
Correct. So as I mentioned earlier also, guys, okay, so it is an ocean. Okay, so whatever I have, collected the information, gathered the information, it's only a part of it. Okay, so I would, like you all to share more thoughts if you come across anything. And definitely I would also, share you more information. Okay, so I would like to thank everyone for giving this an opportunity for me. And many thanks to Champa, who helped me all the way through and who guided me a lot. Thanks, Champa. And my special thanks to Shashank, who really, helped me making this presentation more colorful and attractive. Thank you, Shashank. And I would like to thank our management. Thank you, Shashank. And like to thank our management, especially who has been giving us constant opportunities to upskill ourselves and, to learn more and more and implement even in this pandemic situation. So thankful for that.
Thank you very much, Soumya. It is a very well, done, training, I would say. Definitely a good start. Well done on this. I'm eager to see, what will be the next topic. Who's going to take up the next topic? So very, very
It
well
should
done.
be Rahul or Manjunath, Praveen. I'll just confirm on that in following
Fantastic.
this. Yeah.
So we have a line now.